So what was your secret? Like when you had to read for tests, exams, and all these things, what was your secret?
Okay. My secret was God. This sounds very cliche.
Yeah.
Very cliche because everybody says God. But truthfully, it was God. My daddy is not that kind of father that, oh, you mean he just trusts us. He trusts the training. So it's whatever I tell him whatever I tell him is what he believes. So something like that. So it was very hectic. I had to combine everything. At a point in my 4th year, I fainted. I fainted at the central place. Like it was a very popular place in school. So it's like if you faint there, news will go around that you fainted. And it's not a nice thing. Oh, you're not feeling fine. They will laugh at you in my school. So it happened to me there. And then when I regained consciousness and I was crying, people probably thought, oh, she's crying because she's not feeling well. I was crying because of what had happened to me.
What university did you finish from?
Babcock University.
Babcock, okay. Okay, so did you see the tweet your dad made about you having a first class?
Yes, I did.
You saw that tweet, I mean, that was what,
yes.
and judging by the reactions and everything it's gotten, I'm sure a large number of people have interacted with it, they've liked it, they've retweeted, and how did you feel when you saw that tweet? Were you like, daddy wants to put me on blast though?
I was surprised because I'm not active on Twitter. So someone told me that someone sent me a link. I was like, yeah, everyone's Twitter, something like that, just something funny like that. So I checked and I was like, wow, it's true. Then I went through the comments.
Okay.
So at the time I saw it, I didn't see, like when I saw the picture the first time and the post, I didn't see any negative comments or anything like that. So it was just, congratulations, Babcock, okay, congratulations. Then I went back because someone took my attention back there, and then I went back and I saw some other comments that were not so positive. But
okay, what were they saying? What were those comments? What were they talking about?
Just random things like, are you sure she really worked for it? Things like, I saw one that, are you sure she wasn't having an affair with her lecturers?
Really?
Or something like that. And then I saw, yes, I did. And then I saw comments like, she's in a private university, obviously Babcock University, that it's definitely not, that her degree is like a 2-1 in Unilag or in a federal university, something like that. So I saw different kinds of comments.
Okay, so but how did they make you feel? How did they make you feel? Those comments you saw, how did they make you feel?
When I saw the post on Twitter, I knew that those comments were going to come eventually because it's Twitter. Everybody knows how savage Twitter is, and it's not a new thing. Like the way people talk about private universities and talk about how when you are in a private university, you don't fully experience the university lifestyle. How you are treated. You have like special treatment, so obviously you graduate to the first class and everyone graduates to the first class. I saw all those things coming because like these things have been going on for years now. I think last year there was someone took to Twitter and made a post actually saying that thank God I have graduated with the first class. I graduated with the first class and all those kind of things. And then people started talking that please keep quiet, that your degree is like a 3rd class in Unilag, that kind of thing. So I knew that these things were going to come eventually because obviously it's Twitter. I know the truth.
Definitely. So what exactly is the truth now? When people say things like your first class is what a 2-1 in Unilag, how does that make you feel? Because to some extent I feel like it's bullshit and it makes no sense. Do you understand? The first class is the first class regardless of wherever you got it from. The fact that we have people who get first class, in my own opinion, I think they should be celebrated. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing this interview. So but how does that make you feel when people say stuff like that? Does it belittle the efforts and the work? Because getting a first class will be beans. Do you get? So does it belittle the work and everything you've put into it?
Okay, first of all, I don't exactly blame them when they say those kind of things because of the environment we're in. They feel like nothing good comes easy. Some people, I don't think like it's entirely true. They feel nothing good comes easy. They say things like, you guys are not on strike. You don't get the kind of like your exam scripts don't get mixed up and things like that. So environment and society has made us believe that if you don't struggle, you cannot have something great.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's aside. So that's why they feel like our degree, like the first class is being handed to us.
Okay.
Personally, knowing what I went through, knowing how tough it was, knowing how hectic everything was, the classes, the times I had to do group projects single-handedly because of how unserious some of the students were, and things like that. I know how much I put into this. I know that my first class, my degree is not a joke. And then I think this this stereotype has affected the way our lecturers treat us. So because of that, they try to intensify the way, they try to increase the
workload.
They just make it so hard for us to get good grades, exactly, things like that. So they make it so hard. They're like, before you get here, you're going to sweat. 10 is for God, that kind of thing. Yes, that kind of statement. So just so that our degree can be what's this thing called? So it can be authentic. But then I don't think it's necessary because we put in the work. It's the same thing we're being taught. We put in the work and everything, even the standard is even very high. I know that outside Babcock University, to get an A is I think 75 or 70. In Babcock University, A starts from 80. So if you don't, and then before you can be on the first class, you have to have at least like a certain number of A's in your results, that kind of thing. So it's definitely not just handed over to us. And then the part of, before you can, in Babcock University, if you can see your degree to completion, that means you really deserve a handshake because of this. They suspend people people get suspended easily. It's not like you come into the school and they don't tell you that, okay, this is happening, this is our rule, no. Okay. But people just want to have fun. So in the process, they forget where they are, and then they get suspended. I've seen people who got suspended in their third year, second year, that kind of thing. Sometimes even in their fourth year, about when just very close to their graduation. Okay. So there's so many things that hinder you from graduating. Talk us of graduating with the first class.
So basically, those people that are saying those kind of things about your first class being a 2-1 in uni, like they really don't understand. They don't understand how it works, right?
Yes, they do.
Okay, so what course did you study? What course did you study?
Mass communication.
Mass communication. Wonderful. So basically, you want to be in this chair I'm sitting on.
At first I did. I wanted to be I actually wanted to be a presenter. That was the main reason I studied mass communication. Okay. To be a presenter. Then along the line, when I got into university and I started studying it, I found out that there were other aspects I was interested in. I fell in love with the public relations and advertising aspect of mass communication. So after my second year, we were made to pick the branch of mass communication I wanted to delve into. I'm aware that now they've broken everything down. There is, when you're like everybody who's going to enter university in this 2020, you just go straight to the point from your very first year. Yeah. But we didn't have that. So I did the general courses in 100 level, 200 level. Okay. Then 300 level, I majored. I started doing mass communication, public relations,
PR and advertising. Okay, which is good. So let's do like a little rundown of your time in school. You spent 4 years in school, right? Okay, so let's do like a little rundown. Talk to me about your 100 level. How was 100 level for you? What was your GPA at the end of 100 level?
Okay, I'll start by saying I didn't go straight to 100 level. Okay. I did like A-level diploma kind of thing in Babcock.
Oh, okay.
I started. So yes, it's JUPEB, but my school calls it A-levels.
A-levels.
So
okay. So something like pre-degree. A-levels. Something like pre-degree.
Sorry.
Pre-degree.
Yes, something like pre-degree.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. So
we don't call it pre-degree. It's a pre-degree. It's a pre-degree. We don't call it pre-degree because we still have like the pre-degree. So pre-degree, yes, we still have that's very different from the diploma and that kind of thing. After if you enter university and then if you study, like you do your pre-degree first, you go to 100 level, but with diploma you go straight to 200 level.
Yeah, I knew that. So these things are now very different these days, man. Do you understand? I'm trying to remember how it was in our own time. Do you understand? But it's just a little. You guys will be fine. So, okay, 100 level was let's say 100 level was the same period when you were doing the pre-degree, the A-levels. Yeah. Do you understand? So you got into university proper in 200 level, right? Okay, so talk to me about 200 level. What's going on for you, 200 level?
Okay.
It looks like, wait a minute. It looks like 200 level was a very fun year because they had to adjust and like, let me give you the gist.
No, it was like, no, that's not why. It's because 200 level was like my that was university proper for me. I waited. It's like I waited for it. I longed for 200 level because when I like in my very first year, like when I was doing the diploma, when I was running that program, there were so many things we were not allowed to have. So we could see them, but we couldn't have them. We couldn't do those things. Like in Babcock University, you get to pick your hall and something like that. But when you're studying, when you start with the diploma, they put you in a hall they want you to be in. And so you'll see maybe, and we have like different grades of halls according to how much money you can pay for them, that kind of thing. So I saw the most beautiful hall. I wanted to be in those like excellent halls because of bathrooms, everything.
Yeah.
But I couldn't do that while I was in like when I was doing diploma and all that. So I was very expectant to be in such a. I registered late because my results came out late, so I still didn't get the perfect hall. But then there were other things I enjoyed. Like it was just nice. Nobody telling me that if you do anything, you're not fully in school or your name is written in pencil. And I was expecting to see my classmates. I was like, okay, new people all over again. And I know that when I was doing my diploma, I wasn't a very social person. Okay. It's not like I was a social person eventually, but it's not like I ended up being social or something like that. Mm-hmm. Like while I was in diploma, I just wanted basically entering 200 level. I wanted to see my classmates and that kind of. Let me know what this course is there. So let me know what this mass comm is about, what the hype is about. Let me know what everything is. Yeah.
Okay. So 200 level was basically a chill year. You understand? You were seeing things are fresh, seeing things are new. So what was your GPA at the end of 200 level? What was your GPA? Can you remember?
Okay. Yes, I can remember. I remember my GPA every year. My GPA was 4.3.
At the end of 200, you did 4.3. Hey, wonderful! Wow. Okay. So let's talk 300 level. Well, you've told me 200 level was a chill year. How was 300 level? Now your leg, you had 2 legs in school. You were a full student. Yeah, your leg was written in biro now, no more pencil. Yes. Okay, so let's talk about 300 level. How was 300 level?
300 level was, I think that in 300 level I got tired.
You got
tired? I got very tired. Yes,
Why?
Not of us, but of the whole school thing. Okay. I don't know. I just didn't like where I was at the moment. Like I didn't like my school initially. I eventually got to love it, but then because of certain things and all that. Yeah. But I didn't like my school initially. In 300 level, I couldn't take it anymore. I was tired, and because of that, when your mind is not there, certain things start to happen or start happening, and then I got sick a lot. So every 2 seconds, they knew me at the medical center, like every 2 weeks, like or weekly, something like that. I used to go there, and then they already knew what was wrong with me. So when I get there, they'll say, "Okay, so what is it? Cold again, Abi? Yes, okay." They'll give me malaria, they'll give me the drug, that kind of thing. So they got very used to me there and all that. So 300 level was not the best. I really just wanted to get my degree and leave the school. I didn't want to know anybody or meet with anybody, but because of things I was doing, it was kind of inevitable. I was in the choir. I joined the choir in 200 level second semester.
Obviously you had to join the choir because I feel like your dad will tell you, what are you doing? You better go and join that choir. Okay. So you joined the choir.
Yes, funny how he didn't even put pressure on me or anything like that.
That's nice. Okay.
Yes, initially, my reason for joining the choir was very wrong. I joined because in my school, when you're in the choir, when you're a worker in church, you get certain benefits that other people don't get, or you have certain benefits, like just if there's anything wrong at any point, there's someone who can always speak for you, who can always defend you, something like that. So when I joined the choir, I got used to everything and all of that. So in my third year, when I was tired and I didn't want to do anything anymore, I couldn't avoid it because I already knew that I was going to be made a worship leader, because I just knew because of the way things were going. And then the leaders will hint you that, okay, see, when you get to your final year, you're going to be a leader. So you just know. And I couldn't just leave because they were going to report me to the pastor. or something like that. So I had to start whatever I was doing in 300 level. I had to take up my responsibility. I had to start working, like coaching the people, because they already hinted when I was going to be the worship leader. So I started leading worship in church, and people got to know me. And that was what I didn't want anybody to know me in this. Anybody.
You just wanted to be on your own lane.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So I didn't want people to know me. So like, this girl, she can sing, that kind of thing. So I really didn't want that initially, but then it happened. So 300 level was just that was what 300 level was.
That was what 300 level was for you. What was your GPA at the end of that?
Okay, at the end of that my GPA was 4.6.
So it had gone higher. It was 4.3 at the level. So it was 4.6 in. Okay, so for people that might not understand what Babcock University is, I just want you to clarify something. Babcock University is a private school, a Christian school, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so when you talked about being a worship leader and everything, so people might be wondering, worship leader is good for. So I'm glad you cleared that. So let's talk about the final year, 400 level. You are now a big girl. Nobody can talk to you anyhow. Final year student.
And that was actually bad. Yes.
Okay, so talk to me about final year.
Okay, so final year was, I thought 300 level was bad.
Yeah.
But my final year was something else.
Okay.
I was happy. That was just the only thing. I was happy, but it was hectic. The work I had to, because of my project. Because of my project, it was hectic. Okay, so I had my project to do, and lecturers were not so understanding. I think that this happens everywhere. So it's none of their business whether you have your personal project or anything like that. You have to do their own assignments. Mm-hmm. So even if they're giving assignments of 24 pages, you still have to do the assignment of 24 pages. So something like that. So it was very hectic. I had to combine everything. At a point in my fourth year, I fainted at the central place. Like, it was a very popular place in school. So it's like, if you faint there, news will go around that you fainted. And it's not a nice thing. Oh, you're not feeling fine. They will laugh at you in my school. So it happened to me there. And then when I regained consciousness and I was crying, people probably thought, oh, she's crying because she's not feeling well. I was crying because of what had happened to me. I had embarrassed myself in school. So, so that was hectic. Then the choir work and everything, I just keep saying choir because that was what kept me going.
Okay.
The church choir, yes, just the church choir. The choir kept me going because of they just felt like my family. There was love, there was real love, and in the school, I felt like nobody liked us. They just wanted our money. Nobody liked us because you come out of your hall, you beg them. See, I have a test right now because we used to have 7 a.m. classes. I have a test. The lecturer is not going to understand. He says, no, sister, that your skirt is not compliant. Sister, you have to go. Please, now, I'm in a hurry. I'll come back. I promise. Okay, take my ID card. You say no. That kind of thing. So, it was just a lot. It was a lot.
Okay. So, what was the final GPA? What was the final CGPA?
The final CGPA or the final GPA?
Oh, there are two, actually. They have to calculate. No, 400 level. What was the one for 400 level?
Not for 400 level. I think it was 4.5. It dropped in 400. Sorry, 400 level. Like, as in the one I just finished now. I was talking about. Okay, yes. My first semester it was 4.5.
Okay.
CGPA was 4.5. Then second semester it was 4.6.
4.6.
So I graduated.
In total, it was 4.6.
Yes.
And that put you solidly in the first class bracket. So what was your secret? Do you understand? A lot of people go to school and you were involved in other activities as well, but you still settle down and literally you faced your book. Let me use that word. So what was your secret? Like when you had to read for tests, exams, and all these things, what was your secret?
Okay, my secret was God. This sounds very cliche, very cliche because everybody says God. But truthfully, it was God. So many things worked in my favor that I couldn't even believe.
So basically, the secret of your success was just God. You didn't have to, you didn't have to wake up in the middle of the night to read. You didn't have to go to a secluded corner. You didn't have to put your leg in water so you won't sleep, so you can read.
Never.
All those plenty drama. You just you just read to understand and basically followed what the teacher was saying, what the lecturer was saying, right? Okay, that's amazing to hear. So let me ask you now. I hear you talk about, we've just done a run through of 200 to 400 level of your time in school. I hear you talk about all the extracurricular activities you did, which was you being in the choir, and I can deduce that being in the choir in your school was a big deal.
Yes,
it was a big deal. Okay, so did you know? But I can't hear. I'm not hearing you talk about the relationships you had in school. How was your social life? Let me put it that way. How was your social life in school?
Okay, my social life, I just knew that you were going to ask me this kind of question. Okay, simply put, I don't want to drag it, but I didn't have a social life in school. I didn't.
Why? Why is that?
Okay, like I said initially, I didn't like my school. And in my very first year,
hold on. If you don't like your school, it's a different thing than you like the people you're in school with. That's a different. Those are two different things.
I didn't like the people in my
anything.
I didn't like anything. I didn't like anybody. So I just wanted to come to the school. I wanted to go to the school, get the degree, and get out.
Oh, okay.
So if there's one thing I can, like if you ask me now, what would you change if you could go back? Yeah. I would say I would work on my social life. I would make more friends. I would meet more people, because I looked down on friendships. Like I never made any effort to make friends. If we happen to speak, that kind of thing. So and I think most of the friends I made were my roommates and the people that I worked with in my group assignments, those kind of things. So I didn't have a social life. Every time it was strictly church is very compulsory in my school, extremely. Yeah. So you can't say maybe
okay,
nothing like that. Extremely compulsory, 3 times a week compulsory. So let me say so from class to my hall, from my hall to church back to my hall. And then I know that my schoolmates, immediately after church or immediately after classes, there's this thing they call in my school dorcasting. Mm-hmm. So dorcasting is basically you just meeting people, not people. It's not your
basically just hang out,
your boyfriend, your girlfriend, hang out, friends, just that kind of thing. Yeah, in front of the cafeteria or anywhere around school. So I never did any of those. I escaped every single one that I escaped everything. I didn't want.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want.
Okay, so can I ask that the fact that you're the child of a celebrity, do you understand? Or you're the child of I don't know if your dad is a pastor or a gospel minister or anything of the sort. Was that a determining factor? Did you feel the pressure to, you have to stay on the same path, you have to do this, you cannot be caught with any boy in one corner, you cannot be caught with a certain group of girls or anything? Did I have a part to play in how you spent your time in school?
No, absolutely not. First of all, going into school, I made up my mind that nobody was going to know anything about that side of my life.
So nobody knew?
People eventually found out.
Yeah.
Because some people from the secondary school who I met in the school with big mouths, something like that, told some people. I know, but there's only a limit to the number of people you can tell.
Yeah.
So not everyone knew. Most people didn't know. So it was good for me. So that it had nothing to do with that. And even if they did, and then they told my daddy things I was doing, my daddy is not that kind of father that, oh, you mean he just trusts us. He trusts the training. So it's whatever I tell him whatever I tell him is what he believes, that kind of thing. So he doesn't. That never had anything to do with why I didn't socialize.
Oh,
wasn't it at all?
Wasn't it at all? Okay. I understand that. I've spoken to a number of children of celebrities in the past. In my career, I've spoken to a bunch of them. Do you understand? And most of them always say that the fact that their parents or their relations or relatives were celebrities always had a factor in how they behaved and everything. But I've also seen others who tell you they had their lives to live. Do you understand? That whatever their dad or their parents or their mom did, that's their own part. But they had their own parts to live. So hearing you speak about this now, I think it's very, very interesting. What's next for you now? You understand? You've gotten the first class. The first class is in the bag now. Do you understand? Yes. You call people that. If I had the first class, it would be on my every profile of mine. And be so allowed the first class holder in all caps. Everybody, these are my shoulder will be. These are working.
Something to be proud about.
Yes, it is. It is something to be proud. It is something to be proud about. For you, you've achieved that now. You understand? So what's next for you? And I heard you say you're interested in the world of PR and advertising. But I cannot make any assumptions. So I have to ask you now, what's next for you?
Okay, first of all, I'm going to my NYSC, obviously. We haven't even graduated, so I'm waiting for my graduation so I can officially say I graduated with a first class BSc Mass Communication. Then secondly, I'll do my NYSCS. And then I want to do that in an advertising agency.
Okay.
Get like 1 year experience. I have already worked I interned in an advertising agency, SO&U. So
okay.
Yes. So I want to that's why I want to do my service, my NYS, my youth service. Then after that, obviously masters, and then I want to be a copywriter. But that's not what I want to do. That's not the only thing I want to do.
Okay.
Do music. I really want to do music.
You want to do music?
Yes, I want to do music. Okay. Music ministry.
Because you're in good hands already, because your dad is one of the icons in the industry. Do you understand? You're in good hands already, and I know he's going to guide you so you make certain mistakes and everything. So, Olachi, thank you very much for talking to me. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.